Okay, Afzal here with another HTML tutorial. Just a little about myself. I'm a website designer, developer. I've also been a graphic designer for the last 15 years, believe it or not. So what's an email signature? An email signature is a block of text, end of an email, and includes the contact details, company branding, often images, and clickable links. And who's this video for? Well, designers, developers, people learning HTML, and those already possess some basic knowledge. You might want to sell email signatures as a service, or simply just for those people who want a professional HTML email signature and don't mind dabbling into a little bit of code. Please watch the complete video. I've got some bonus tips at the end. So we want a table. We've got a table tag and a closing table tag. We want a table with 2 rows and 2 columns. TR are table rows and TD is the table data cell. You might be surprised that we're using tables for layout because we don't use tables for website layouts, but we still do for emails because email clients are a little bit slow to support all HTML and CSS. And the reason you can't see the table right now is because we need to apply a style to the table cells. And we do that with border, 1 pixel and a grey colour. And now you can see the table. We're not going to be using this border. It's just there to show the cells right now. In the first cell, we're going to place an image. So use the image tag. Just put my URL in the source. That's my image. It's way too big. Let's put a style. Let's reduce its width and height so you don't see my grey hairs anymore. That's better. Adding the information in the next cell now. Use a H1 tag, putting in my name, and we'll style that. We'll use a sans font, which means it hasn't got those decorative marks. We'll change the colour. That's better now. We'll put in the title, web designer, developer, and graphic designer. We need to style these two. We'll put in a span tag. We'll style it. Just closing the span tag. We're just copying the style above. We want our sans font again. We'll change the font size. Typo there. And we want it bold. I think I'll put that to 16px to be honest, 16 pixels. The same for the graphic designer. So we'll just copy the style above and paste it in. Yes. Okay. So we need to remove that gap really. And we'll do that with margin 0 on the H1 tag. And now for that border. So we have a div. And we'll do a border. 3 pixels solid and my branding colour again. That blue colour. Okay, that looks okay now. Just got to move it away from the top, as so. Do that with margin top. That's fine. So in the cell below, we're going to have my logo with an image tag. Put the URL into the source. Again, it's too big. Let's put a style. Let's reduce that width and height. That's okay now. I've noticed it isn't centralized. So we're going to send to my image first. And you do that on the parent tag. Put a style and text align center. Also, for the logo and the parent tag, is this table cell, text align center again. So for the final cell, we're going to have a series of links, and we achieve that using the anchor tag. Just closing the anchor tag, put in my website address. Let's add a style to that. Remove that underline, and you achieve that by text decoration none. Let's change the color. And just pasting the URL. Now for the email part. Again, the anchor tag. Let's close it. Put in my email address. We see it's not aligned properly. That's because anchor tags are inline elements, and we can change that by adding the style display block. So we need to copy the same style for the email part. And for emails, you have to add the mail to. A little bit close together, so we can increase the size on the parent tag, and we use line height. That's much better. So now we're going to add some clickable social media icons. We'll have a div, and we'll have an anchor tag. Close it. Let's add the first icon. So we'll add an image tag. It's going to be a Facebook icon. Way too big. Add a style and reduce that width and height. As so. Let's put in the URL. I won't just copy that because we're going to have 3 icons. The next one's going to be LinkedIn. Let's change the image URL. Okay, now that's LinkedIn. Let's change the link address. That's fine. Copy that again for the final icon, which will be the YouTube. Okay, so let's change the image to the YouTube icon. It's better. Let's change the link address. As so. You can see now the cursor's changing, meaning they're all clickable. Okay, let's get rid of that border now. So we see that it's a little bit cramped. So we're moving things. We'll do a padding left. I think 10 pixels is fine. And onto the other table cell. That's okay. So it's looking okay now. Just move the icons a little bit down. So what I'd like to do now is to see how responsive this email signature is. Will it fit all devices? Let's first put a width of 100% on the table, so it stretches right across the screen, but make it no more than 600 pixels wide. Let's have a look. We can see a few mistakes there. Let's go into responsive mode using Firefox. Let's change the width, and we can see a few issues. Okay, and the reason being is that we've got Web Designer and the Graphic Designer as inline because we use span, and we can simply change that by adding display block. Just for complete sake, we'll add that onto the Graphic Designer also. That blue horizontal line is much too wide. Still, We can reduce that further. Still a little big. I think that's perfect now. So we'll just get the responsive design off and we will enlarge. And I think that looks fine. We did forget to put the capital D in, so I've done that now.